what is going on, guys? So Apple announced the iPhone 11 along with the iPhone 11 Pro, so I figured I'd make a video talking about it a little more in depth than my last video. So let's go ahead first off and talk about the iPhone 11. So the iPhone 11, I like to think of it as the XR replacement. It still features the same liquid retina display as the iPhone XR did, but it's also priced cheaper than the iPhone XR was. The iPhone XR started at $729. This phone only starts at $699. Now, of course, the big thing here with these new phones is the cameras. So the iPhone 11 features a dual camera setup with a 12 megapixel wide angle and a new ultra wide angle camera. Now this is going to allow you to get a lot more of the environment in your shot, and it's going to allow for some pretty cool pictures and videos. Now this new camera also features night mode, which brightens up a dark scene, and when they show the demonstrations on the stage, it was pretty incredible to see it. This new camera also has smart HDR and deep fusion as well. Now the front camera on these new phones got a significant bump. There's now a 12 megapixel camera on the front, and it has the ability now to do slow motion video on the front facing camera at 4K 60 frames per second. Another minor little thing, they talked about making the phone tougher, so tougher glass, as well as a better water resistant rating. Now this phone does feature a new chip inside. It has the new A13 Bionic chip, and it's apparently 20% faster than the A12 chip. So that's going to give you a much faster phone and better performance, like GPU performance. Speaking of chips, there's also a new Apple U1 chip, which is going to give you things like spatial awareness airdrop. So you could literally hold your phone towards somebody else with a U1 chip and it would know to airdrop to them. So that's pretty neat. Face ID has also gotten faster. That seems to happen every single new phone. Face ID is much faster. And you also don't have to hold it like directly in front of your face now. It could be laying like this and it still recognizes you. There's also going to be spatial audio as well as Dolby Atmos audio, so you get a much higher quality sound on your new phone. They've also bumped up the LTE to gigabit class LTE, and also we have the new Wi-Fi 6 standard. Now the iPhone 11 is going to come in a 64 gig, 128 gig, and a 256 gig model, and it's going to start at $699 like I said earlier, which is pretty nice because that is cheaper than the iPhone XR started, and it seems like you're getting, a much more better phone than the XR. Now speaking of the XR, if you still want that, I believe you can pick it up now for $599. But I would just go ahead and get this new iPhone 11. There are 6 brand new colors for this new phone. You can get it in white, black, a green color, yellow, and a purple, and also a product red. The green, yellow, and purple are really light colors, and this is not silver and it's not space gray. It's called white and black. Now the pre-orders have already started. As I'm recording this video, they started yesterday, Friday the 13th. And the phone is going to be available on September the 20th. Now, the iPhone 11 Pro and Max versions are basically the same phones with just a few major differences. So the first thing, of course, is the triple camera system on the Pro models. So you still have the ultra wide and wide angle lenses that you do on the 11, but they add in a telephoto lens for a 3 camera system. And the cool thing about these 3 cameras is Apple has integrated them so well together that it appears that they are all working as one camera. You can change the lenses on the fly even when you're recording video. Now the Pro gets a much better display than the 11. You have a new display they call the Super Retina XDR display, and it's very similar performance, Apple says, to their brand new Pro Display XDR. And this display can go all the way up to 1200 nits of brightness. And of course, it is an OLED panel instead of an LCD panel like on the 11. Now the Pro also features the Bionic chip, the A13, and it also features the U1 chip, so pretty much internal wise they're the same. Now the crazy thing about the Pro and the Pro Max is the battery life. Apple says you can get 4 more hours of battery life on the Pro and 5 more hours on the Pro Max. If those claims are really true, then that is incredible. Now the Pro is going to start with a 64 gig model for $999. You can also get it in a 256 gig or a 512 gig. And if you want the Pro Max, a 64 gig model is going to start at $1,099. A big thing though they're really pushing this year is to trade in your previous iPhone. So if you do trade in your previous iPhone, you will be able to get, a pretty good discount on your new phone. I think when I actually looked it up, they were going to give me $400 for my iPhone 10, which that's pretty good. Apple is really big now on recycling older phones and actually using that to produce the new phones. Now the Pro and Pro Max come in 4 different colors. There's a brand new midnight green color. Then you can get it in the space gray, silver, or gold. Now these new phones, the Pros, have a textured matte glass back on them. So if you get space gray, you're basically getting matte black, which is pretty awesome. And the pre-orders, of course, they start the 13th, and it'll be available the 20th, just like the 11th. So guys, that's going to do it for this video. Just want to make this quick video telling you about everything you need to know about these new phones. Will I be getting them? Probably not. I'll probably wait till next year and see what they do with that. But really, if you just want a slightly faster phone with great camera systems, then you should upgrade into this new phone. Anyways guys, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching as always, and I will catch you all in the next video.